Without it, no mind can see the full picture of a situation. When difficulty strikes, the first reaction most people have is panic. Their heartbeat rises, their breathing becomes heavy, and their thoughts scatter in every direction. In that state, even the simplest decisions become overwhelming. But when you learn to cultivate calmness, you give yourself the gift of control. Calmness does not mean ignoring reality, it means facing reality with balance. It is the pause that allows you to evaluate rather than overreact, the silence that allows your inner voice to guide you rather than the noise of fear. Imagine walking into a room filled with chaos, everyone talking, shouting, and running. At first, you feel consumed by the noise. You cannot think clearly, you cannot focus. But if, in that same room, you put on noise-canceling headphones, suddenly the chaos is still there, yet your mind is no longer distracted by it. That is exactly what calmness does in life. It does not remove the challenge, but it gives you the ability to mute the panic and focus on the solution. This is why calmness is often misunderstood. Many think staying calm means doing nothing, when in truth, it is the most powerful form of preparation. A calm person can listen to all perspectives, weigh the options, and see details that others overlook. Panic narrows your vision, but calmness expands it. Panic makes you rush, but calmness gives you patience to make decisions that last. Consider a firefighter entering a burning building. If he panics, he not only risks his own life but also the lives of those he is meant to save. But when he remains calm, his training takes over, his breathing is steady, and his steps are measured. He notices the structure of the building, the direction of the flames, the quickest path to safety. Calmness allows him to think while others freeze. In everyday life, the same principle applies. Whether it is a family conflict, a workplace challenge, or a personal setback, calmness keeps your vision sharper. The truth is, calmness is not something you suddenly switch on in the middle of a crisis. It is something you train, like a muscle. Daily habits, deep breathing, mindful reflection, self-discipline prepare you for the larger battles. When small frustrations come your way, practice staying composed. When someone speaks harshly, practice responding with thought rather than emotion. These small exercises build the resilience that becomes unshakable in greater challenges. And the reward of calmness is clarity. When your mind is clear, you see the root of the problem, not just its surface. You identify the options available, the risks hidden beneath them, and the opportunity that lies within. You act not because fear pushed you, but because wisdom guided you. Calmness, then, is not simply about peace, it is about power, the power to think, the power to choose, and the power to move forward with confidence even when everything ensures that when you make a choice, it is not based on fear or pressure but on careful consideration of what truly serves you and others in the long run. In this way, critical thinking is not just a skill, it is a lifelong companion that guides you through uncertainty with intelligence, resilience, and wisdom. The way you react in a difficult situation will always define the outcome far more than the situation itself. Challenges, obstacles, and sudden setbacks are part of every life. They cannot be controlled, but what you can control is your response. This is the essence of personal power, recognizing that while circumstances may not always be in your hands, your reaction always is. If you let fear, frustration, or anger dictate your actions, the problem often grows larger than it truly is. But if you train yourself to pause, to think, and to respond with intention, you shift the balance in your favor. Reactions shape results because they create momentum. A careless word spoken in anger can break trust, while a thoughtful response can build understanding. A rushed decision made in panic can close doors, while a measured choice can open new opportunities. In the middle of difficulty, every small decision becomes a seed that grows into an outcome. If your reaction is guided by emotion alone, you may plant seeds of regret. If your reaction is guided by clarity, patience, and wisdom, you plant seeds of progress. Think of a chess player facing a sudden unexpected move from the opponent. The inexperienced player reacts instantly, moving in panic, and often makes a mistake that costs the game. The skilled player, however, takes a breath, studies the new position, considers every possible consequence, and then makes a move that turns the disadvantage into an opportunity. Life is no different. The reactions you choose are the moves you play, and they determine whether you advance or fall back. This does not mean you must always react slowly or with hesitation. It means your reaction should come from a place of awareness rather than impulse. Sometimes quick action is required, but even then, it can be guided by calm assessment rather than blind fear. A firefighter who rushes into a burning building must act fast, but his speed is trained, calculated, and purposeful, not chaotic. The same is true in everyday challenges. You may need to act quickly, but your reaction should still come from clarity, not confusion. Training your reactions begins with self-discipline. Notice how you respond to small irritations in daily life. Do you lose your temper when things don't go your way? Do you become discouraged when you face a minor setback? Each of these small moments is a training ground. If you can teach yourself to pause before reacting, to evaluate before deciding, you build the mental muscle needed for greater challenges. Over time, your reactions become less about survival and more about strategy. Instead of asking, "How do I escape this problem?" you begin asking, "How can I use this problem to grow?" That shift in perspective is powerful. It means that even when difficulties come, they cannot break you, because your reactions are no longer dictated by fear, they are directed by purpose. And with purpose guiding your every move, you discover that the outcome of any situation, no matter how difficult, can be shaped in your favor. You have now walked through 3 powerful truths. First, the strength of calmness, the shield that protects your mind and opens the door to clarity. Second, the discipline of critical thinking, the skill that teaches you to analyze, question, and evaluate instead of reacting blindly. And third, the power of your reactions, the choices that shape every outcome, whether in moments of chaos or in moments of quiet. Together, these lessons form a foundation for navigating life's most difficult situations. Challenges will come. Obstacles will test you. But remember this: your future is not determined by the weight of the problem, but by the strength of your response. When you stay calm, you silence the noise. When you think critically, you see hidden paths. And when you choose your reactions with purpose, you transform difficulty into opportunity. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every story of resilience is built upon these principles. They are not reserved for the strongest, the fastest, or the most talented. They belong to anyone willing to train their mind, discipline their thoughts, and take ownership of their reactions. So the next time life places you under pressure, do not ask, "Why me?" Instead, remind yourself, "This is my chance to rise. This is my chance to think smarter, to respond wiser, and to come out stronger." Because within every difficult situation lies the seed of growth, and only those who remain calm, think critically, and act with intention will harvest its reward. Carry this with you: no storm is too strong for a steady mind, no challenge too complex for a disciplined thinker, and no obstacle too great for a purposeful reaction. The art of critical thinking in difficult situations is not just about surviving, it is about mastering life itself.